Once upon a time, there were two merchants who were childhood friends. Both of them were getting ready for business trip to sell their merchandise. They were going to another city to sell their goods, so they had to decide whether they would travel together or not. Each of them had about 500 carts, and they were going to the same place, by the same road. So many carts at the same time could create too much crowd, so they decided that they would go one by one. One of the friends decided that it would be better to go first. He thought, the carts will not spoil the soil on the road, and he will be able to travel with ease. My oxen will be able to eat the best grass from all the hays. And we will have the best fruits and vegetables to eat. My people will appreciate my leadership. And ultimately, I will also be able to negotiate to get the best price for my goods. But the second merchant thought carefully and realized that there were advantages to going second. He thought, my friend's carts will level the ground so that he does not have to do road work. His oxen will eat the old rough grass, and new tender grass will grow for mine to eat. In the same way, they will also eat the old fruits and vegetables, and fresh one grow for our enjoyment. I don't have to waste my time on bargaining when I can have a predetermined price and make my profit. So he agreed to let his friend go first. This friend was convinced that he had fooled him and gotten the best of him, so he set out on the trip in the first place. The merchant who went first had a troublesome time in their trip. They came to a forest called the Waterless Desert, which the local people said was full of robbers. When the caravan reached the middle of it, they met a large group coming from the opposite direction. The caravan had their carts smeared with mud and dripping with water. They had lotus and lily flowers in their hands and in their carts. The head man of that disguised group, who had know-it-all attitude, said to the merchants, "Why are you carrying such a heavy load of water? In a short time, you will reach the horizon with plenty of water to drink and dates to eat. Your oxen will get tired of pulling this much weight. The heavy carts are full, so drain the water, and be kind to your overworked animals." Although the local people warned them, the merchant did not realize that these were not real people, but robbers in disguise. There was even a danger of being killed by them. Believing that they were helpful people, he followed their advice and poured out all his water on the land. As they proceeded further, they did not find any shelter or any water. Some people realized that they had been fooled by people who might have been robbers, and they began to grumble and accuse the merchant's leader. At the end of the day, everyone was tired. Due to lack of water, the oxen were too weak to pull their heavy carts. All the people and animals became disoriented and fell into deep sleep. During the night, the robbers came in a terrible form and robbed all their money and goods. When they finished, only humans or animals were left alive. After several months, another merchant also started his journey in the same way. When they reached the forest, he gathered all his men and advised them, "It is called a waterless desert, and I have heard that it is haunted by robbers. So we must be careful. Since there may be poisonous plants and dirty water, don't drink any local water without asking me." In this way, they started going to the desert. About halfway, just as the first caravan, they also met disguised robbers. They told them that the oasis was near and that they should throw away their water. But the wise merchant understood them immediately. He knew that it made no sense to have an oasis in a first place called a waterless desert. And besides, these people had bulging red eyes and an aggressive and pushy attitude. So he suspected that they might be robbers in disguise. He asked them to leave them alone and said, "We are merchants who do not throw away the first good water, not knowing where the next will come from." Then, seeing that his own people doubted, the merchant said to them, "Do not believe in these people, who may be robbers, until you actually find the water." The oasis they point to, that could just be an illusion or imagination. Have you heard about water in this waterless desert? Do you feel any rain wind or see any storm clouds? He said, "No, you didn't right," and he continued, "If we believe these strangers and throw away our water, later we will neither have water for drinking nor for cooking. Then we will become weak and thirsty. It will be easy for the robbers to come and plunder us or even kill us. So, until you actually find water, don't waste a single drop." The caravan continued on, and that evening, it reached the place where the people and oxen of the earlier caravan had been killed. They found carts, people and animals. There are bones lying on the ground. They recognized that the carts and scattered bones belonged to a former caravan. The wise merchant asked some people to keep watch around the camp during the night. They buried the people of the first caravan and prayed for their peace. The next morning, the caravan people had breakfast and fed their oxen well. And they completed their journey very successfully and returned home safely, so that he and his family could enjoy his profits. Moral lesson: one should always be wise enough not to be fooled by clever talk and false pretenses.